Well, hey, how you doing today? It's Simeon back with you. Welcome to another Dr. Hein update. And today we want to talk about the Wikileaks UFO John Podesta connection. You know, we're coming to the end of this election in 2016, and one of the most interesting issues to me has been not just the WikiLeaks of John Podesta's emails. It's just specifically, we know he's had an interest in UFO disclosure for many years now. And in some of these leaked emails, I mean, how would you feel if your emails were leaked all over the internet? But he's a public figure, and you can kind of expect that if you're a public figure. And what we found in some of his emails are references to UFO disclosure. In particular, there was one email several years back, I believe, from Edgar Mitchell, the sixth man to walk on the moon, and someone who became later in life an advocate of ET UFO disclosure. There's some emails from him to John Podesta. John Podesta, of course, being Hillary Clinton's chief advisor, I believe. John Podesta has been in many different presidential administrations, going all the way back to Bill Clinton and then with Barack Obama. And he's a real Washington insider. And I think it's just very interesting that we see this UFO ET issue coming up in the election in this way. I mean, we don't know where this is going to lead, but it's just very interesting that here we have the UFO issue coming out of the WikiLeaks. So the best place to follow this issue for me, and I recommend it for you, is the Paradigm Research Group run by Steve Bassett, and you can find them at paradigmresearchgroup.com. Now, if you'll remember, it was Steve Bassett and the Paradigm Research Group that ran the citizen hearing for disclosure in Washington, D.C., at the National Press Club in spring of 2013. It was a really amazing event. I was really fortunate to be able to see it in person. And John Podesta held his own press conference at the National Press Club many years earlier, I believe it was in 2004, about the need to declassify UFO documents. It's also come up in some of his tweets from last year and so forth. It's an ongoing issue with Podesta. We know he's interested, and we know he'd like the press to ask Hillary more questions about the topic. Also, the writer Grant Cameron from Canada has written about the Clinton UFO connection. I've made some other videos about this myself. You know, there was the Rockefeller Initiative in the early 90s where the Clintons were working with Lawrence Rockefeller, billionaire Lawrence Rockefeller, to facilitate disclosure and get something going there. And even though they kind of ran into a red light, the issue is coming up again. Here we are in 2016. Here it is again. So I'll be interested to see, I'm sure you will be, how this issue develops over the upcoming months, regardless of who wins the election. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. Feel free to visit the Paradigm Research Group. I mean, Bassett's been sending out emails. It's easy to get on this list about the WikiLeaks and the specific UFO-related information within those WikiLeaks. I just find that really interesting, and I hope you do too. Okay, hope you're well, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care for now, and bye.